대단한 대견 제반은 휴탐지지 대견이도 공부하려면 저기 단위 연락. So therefore, Rinpoche says, therefore, Buddha or Tathagata, whatsoever we call, enlightenment beings, etc., the reality that the mind is event of the all phenomena means that really that our ordinary mind, we have very much difference, like hope, fear, good, bad, white, yellow, etc., but in Buddha mind, it's totally it's event of the oneness, I think oneness. So, Tela Punja Malibu Chinese, so and that I think here is a little bit more like details, Bhajan is saying that Buddha wish that he abandoned of the all kind of the which supposed to abandon, he abandoned it. So that way, kind of namely, again, ahats, and he realized all kind of what supposed to be realized, and that's why they call Samyaksambuddha, and his mind is totally event, equalism, or suchness, so therefore they call Tathangatas. So kind of in shortly you could understood, you should know that way, okay? So in these three things, Dejin Shepa or Tathagata, Ahat, Samyaksambuddha, are they talking about oneness, but different aspects. Generally they're talking about Buddha mind. But Buddha mind, such quality which the abandoned aspect, quality of the realization aspect, and quality of the oneness. So therefore, oneness aspect, then Tathagata. Abandoned aspect, ahats. And realization aspect, they call Samyaksambuddha. So that is the we need to know, okay? So this, then here, and then I think this now, what's called learned and virtuous one Sungata. In our book, they translate something like that. Did you find in this book? Sorry?
It seems that possessor of insight and its feet.
Okay. Possessor of insight and its feet. Okay, we can go a little bit like that way. So anyway, what is really possessor? This Rigpa or Yishi or something?
Owner.
Sorry?
Owner. Possessor.
Owner. Now you talk about copyright. What?
Possessing is to
Yeah, maybe who says possess is honor? I don't think so.
You want to have qualities.
Endowment. Possess is endowment. Okay, anyway, then, okay, yes, sorry. Of the insight and feet, right? Okay, I think maybe inside, yes, has endowment, sorry. This Demba, I just thinking of directly Tibetan, Because in our books that I think use virtuous ones, learned and virtuous. What is virtuous?
Good, delighting in
Yes, virtue, that's virtue and unvirtuous, right? But I think this book is supposed to be good translator because we copy from Pimakara translation groups. This book, but I think this is a little bit strange. So anyway, and here now they're more talking about this quality of the Buddha. We discretion about Tathagata, Ahat, Samyaksambuddha. So this, it has to come through cause and conditions. That now this is like more, we talk about Sutra and understanding, so the cause and conditions are very important. So therefore, now here they're talking about cause. Rigpa no hyapsi dembas, so possess I think of the inside is Rigpa and its feet is like generally its leg. That's what, so generally the course is we talk about three trainings. Training of wisdom, training of ethic, training of samadhis. This is called three lapasam training. So Noble Rinpoche, he used a little bit to connect with this. But also they talk about also 8 noble paths, the course, noble eightfold paths, which we talked about yesterday a little bit about these things. So therefore, so anyway, Noble Rinpoche says there's many various of the courses in order to happen like Buddha, but main thing is these 3 trainings. And these 3 trainings, when you are practiced, then this Noble Eightfold Path is very important. What was this Noble Eightfold Path?
Right view, right intention, right speech, right action, right livelihood, right effort, right mindfulness, right
Wow.
meditation.
What?
I have a translation by the Bible Translation Group, and they have full of wisdom.
Rigpa is full of wisdom.
Yeah.
Not half.
I just
Anyway, there's no full and half, just the Rigpa. In Tibet, it was the Rigpa and leg. That was the in the genuine the books. So anyway, this 8 Noble Eightfold Path we need to really apply when you practice of these 3 trainings. So first one is what? Right view. And right what next one? Intention. If you think all this, when we use Noble Eightfolds, that means someone who really practice above the seeing path. But before we can use this, maybe not really very, very right, perfect right view is very difficult, but we have to approaching perfect right. We have to approaching perfect intention. We need to develop this slowly, progressive, one step by step. So therefore, here was they're talking about. So the first, this. So first, the right view is the Rigpa. Muhammad says, here this insight, but what called insight, right? It's called Rigpa. The insight is they talk about Rigpa. So in this Rigpa is the part of this fold of the Noble Path or Noble Eightfolds of the Path, Rigpa. This English is very difficult.
He also translated it as Eightfold Path of the Noble Ones.
Eightfold Paths, Noble Ones are really I like. Then this other one, Eightfold Paths of Noble Ones. So therefore, what they say is that Yontabetavan Rigpa Yinas. So therefore, they here saying that the rest of the 7 is the leg. So leg means actually that if you first we need to see, then you need to join. So leg is more you are bring into it. If you like something, well, first we have to see, and then second you have to move. So the right view, that approaching the reality, But then we really need to move, we need to join with that. So in order to that aspect, they use, this feet. So Rinpoche, he used of this, the first, only the Rigpa is the right view, and the rest of 7 is the feeds. And then here again, he more detailed explain. So Rigpa and seeing is the same things, he says. And if someone walks somewhere, firstly you have to see, he says, and then you have to go there. So that you have to have leg. So we thought leg, and we cannot do much. Even we have right view, if you don't have diligence, don't have intentions, what is rest of this? Can you read once more?
Of course, right view, right intention, right speech, right action, right livelihood,
Or right livelihood, or ethic, all these things are, I think we have told yesterday all these things, but from that, for instance, of the livelihood, etc., is more belong to the ethic, and then this mindfulness, etc., is more belong to the training. So diligent is maybe belong to the all kind of support or all these other 7 these paths. So the end, this 8 path of noble ones also has to put into the 3 trainings. However, if we have no leg, or we cannot really approaching whatever you see. So in that case, so these 2 things are very important, Rigpa and feet. And then he mentioned of this Rigpa and Komba when we are on the path, and then sometimes they use these 2 things, like Vipashyana is more Rigpa, or then this Shamatha is more, how could you say, this leg, he needs leg. But he says that there was this kind of things, also you could say, here Rigpa Komban de la Lobika,